call to order the City of Hammond Board of Public Works and Safety meeting of February 20th, 2014. Roll call. Here. Item 4, approval of the minutes of the meetings of February 6th and 13th.
Anybody get a chance to look at them?
No.
I'd like to make a motion that we defer the minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item A, we have a right-of-way report from BLN Engineers.
Yeah, there was a little discrepancy on the right-of-way on 165th Street. This document will be recorded and certify the width of the right-of-way by the Maywood School, and I'm asking for the board to give me authorization to sign it.
Is there a motion to approve? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item B, we have correspondence from Wolverine Pipeline requesting permission to perform some engineering services on City of Hammond right-of-way.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve their request.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item C, we have correspondence from Practical Environmental Consultants requesting permission to dig on behalf of Speedway LLC. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item D, we have a contract from Waste Management, and they are requesting to assign that contract.
Did you get a chance, Chris, did you get a chance to look at this waste management thing? The assignment of...
Oh,
It appears,
Mr. President, this was formerly a contract that belonged to the sanitary district, and they are just transferring it to us. There's a resolution from us, a resolution from them, and an agreement to assign, signed by Waste Management.
is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item E, we have the labor agreement between the City of Hammond and the Fraternal Order of Police. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item F, we have notice of violation at 1714 Atchison.
What we're requesting is the removal of an illegal second floor apartment, as well as to finish the removal of an illegal basement apartment. Looks like they started to remove the basement, however, the bathroom and bedroom still existing down there exist against code. They do not meet ceiling height or egress requirements. This happened upon an inspection set up by a Fannie Mae inspector to get the utilities turned on. Upon arriving at the property, even the inspector himself, who's already been through the property, explained that they believe that it's a single-family home, that the apartment upstairs was created legally as well, which is why Fannie Mae is listing it to be sold as a single-family home. However, code enforcement would like to ensure that possibly if a deed restriction can be recorded so the purchaser is aware of what's going to be required by the city prior to any utilities or permits being pulled. So I mean, the bank is in agreement with what we found during the inspection and has agreed to list it as a single-family home. However, rarely do they hire the contractors to perform the work themselves. So I believe a deed restriction would be appropriate in this situation, so that whoever purchases the home can perform the work and bring it back into compliance. There were no permits pulled to create the second floor apartment. As you can see by the pictures, as well as the reference page I provided, the numerous violations that exist based upon that evidence as far as electrical, plumbing, minimum height, and the list goes on, basically egress and fire separation. On the first floor bathroom, you can see where they took the more conventional wiring method and spliced it together with the old knob and tube electric system, which is very dangerous and cause for fire. Basically, when they open up that ceiling, you can also tell the evidence of no fire separation existing. Also, I included in the back of the page there, I know may not be a legal document, however, we use it to substantiate some of our claims. In the Hammond City Directory between 1965 and 1971, it was used and occupied as a single-family home. so that, we would constitute that it was illegally created, that second floor apartment.
Is there anybody here from the property? I guess not.
No, nobody from Fannie Mae showed up. They were notified. I spoke with Tracy from the office and sent her a copy of the notice of violation as well. But like I said before, they understand that it's an illegal apartment and they're listing it as a single-family home as well. If the board sees fit, I mean, if you'd like to continue it for a week or two to see if they want to send a representative, I'm okay with that.
The question I have, Chris, would it be appropriate to file a deed restriction without the owner's knowledge?
Normally what we do, when we do a deed restriction, we do have both parties sign it. The only thing the board could enter without their consent would be an order.
That's what I thought. So your request for a deed restriction may not be appropriate right now without
Okay.
a representative from them here or without their consent.
Right.
Is there a motion by the board on the order to remove
Yeah.
2 illegal apartments?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Item G, we have correspondence from Attorney Matthews indicating that based on the weather, there were some cancellations of hearings which were rescheduled today, and as such, he will not be able to represent some properties that had hearings today. He's requesting a 30-day continuance.
March 20th.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Those properties will be reset for March 20th. Item H, we have a rental registration hearing for the property at 6232 Madison. Anybody with interest in 6232 Madison, please come forward. (6232 Madison). What's the name?
Merrill?
Mr. and Mrs. Merrill. Seeing as no one appears, is there a motion on the appeal?
I'd like to make a motion that we, well, first of all, I mean,
Deny the appeal, Mr. President?
Probably a single-family home, 6200 block of Madison.
what was that, Chris?
Mr. President, I would ask that the board make a motion to deny the appeal on 6232 Madison based on failure to appear.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item I, we have a rental registration hearing at 6619 Madison. Anybody with an interest in 6619 Madison, please come forward. Are you Ms. Collier?
Yes, I
Are you the
am.
owner of the property?
I'm sorry.
Are you the owner of the property?
Yes, I am.
Okay. It's your opportunity to explain to the board why you failed to register your rental property.
Okay, I never received anything regarding anything about registration, about the property or, rental. And up here at the top of, you have a copy of what I brought in, the notice of claim, where it's saying from the plaintiff, they're saying that it was because of an inspection. I never received an inspection. I don't understand anything on this notice, this claim I received.
How long have you owned the building?
It's a house, single dwelling.
Do you live in it?
Yeah, I live there now.
So
I've been there 9 years.
Do you rent any room out or a basement or a second floor or anything to anybody?
The Section 8 area or wherever, people they go to Section 8 to rent properties. I heard about that, and I went and just added my name to the list. There were people coming by just, inquiring. And at the time, I wasn't going to rent the property. So
So if it's a single-family home, how were you going to think about renting it?
it's 3-bedroom. I was going to rent the house. The house.
And
It's
you
a
were gonna
house.
But you were going to live somewhere else?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You never did that yet?
No, I didn't. I decided not to. But for a while, you know, I was thinking in terms of, since I'm the only person there, my children are grown and gone, and there's 3 bedrooms, so I was thinking in terms of maybe I would do that. And I was told that, you know, you could try with Section 8, and that's why I went up there. And that was the only time people, you know, were just dropping by to inquire. You know, are you renting your home? And, you know, I spoke to them, and I wasn't sure what I'd do. So inspection,
Mr. President, what we have here is that there was a tenant there named Priscilla Gutierrez as of October 25th, 2012, and then there was a police call where Priscilla Gutierrez's brother Guadalupe was outside trying to get in the property, and then we have somebody named Judy Jones living there. So what the information the city has is absolutely completely different than what Ms. Collier says that she has never rented this place.
Judy Jones was the owner. I bought the house from her 9 years ago. Judy, was a prior owner.
So what was the name?
Priscilla Gutierrez and her brother Guadalupe.
She was one of the people that came and inquired about the house from Section 8, but then her Section 8 was canceled.
Okay, stop right there. So when her Section 8 was canceled, was she living in the house?
No, she came by when, you know, as I stated earlier, she came by and inquired about my house because I added it to the list at the Section 8 department.
Okay, I got that part. Chris?
Mr. President, I have no idea why, if this woman just came by and inquired about the house on October the 25th, her brother would be trying to get into it at 11 o'clock at night in August of 2013. To me, it seems like she was renting out rooms, and the story we're getting here now is a bunch of nonsense.
Can you explain why there was a police call for 2 people that were apparently living in your home in August?
No, that's whatever she's stating, you know, that's not true because I knew nothing of. Now, if a person was there inquiring about it, and I did speak to Priscilla about possibly renting the home because since the Section 8 was canceled and they wouldn't extend it, she had nowhere to go. Now, I did let her come and just for a minute, just come by, and now the other person, maybe there was someone she allowed in the house.
Wait, she just came by to look at it, but then...
No, she came by after that and was saying, well, Beverly, I have nowhere to live. As far as renting the house,
Ms. Keller, let me ask a question. You say she came by for a minute.
she came by one
I have the
evening.
impression that she drove to your house, walked through, looked around, and left, and maybe spent an hour or 2 at the premises.
No, not at that time when
Did she spend the night at your premises at any time?
Yes.
Was the
And-
water in her name? I'm sorry, Mr. President, my information is that the water was in her name, Priscilla's name, until October of 2013. Was the water in Priscilla's name?
When she was, I was planning on, well, I was going,
Ms. Keller, let me ask you this question, because I think we can settle this right now. At any time, did you receive Section 8 federal assistance from the
No,
government?
never.
Never.
No, because it was canceled and she was denied, as I stated earlier. They were on Section 8, and when I met her, she came by that evening and inquired about the house because my name was on the list at Section 8. But then when she came back, I had her come back, she said, well, can I look through? So I walked her through, and that's probably what's being, you know, stated here. But then she said, my Section 8 is canceled. They denied it. So I'm wondering if, you know, if you make up your mind whether or not you're going to rent your home, would you just leave my name here? And I took information from her. Now, as far as a brother or someone else, because I did allow her to spend the night a few nights because I did leave. I was leaving anyway. I wasn't sure what I was going to do about the house because 3 bedrooms, like I said earlier, and it's just me.
So you were going to let some lady you just met spend the night in your house and you were going to leave with all your furnishings and everything in there?
Not just allow her to just be in my house to live.
That's what you just said.
She came by, and I let her stay there a few days, well, a little while, and I came right back. Now, who she allowed to or knocked on the door, the person's name there, I know nothing about, nothing, not anything about. As far as inspection, I'm trying to understand what is all of this, and where did it stem from?
Well, it stemmed from, I guess, the started the police call, that you own the home, you're responsible for your home.
Exactly.
For you not to know that the police were called to your house.
No, I did call the police at one point because my fence, this was for something
It has
altogether
nothing to do with the
different.
fence. This is for a fact that, what's his name?
Guadalupe?
Guadalupe was trying to get into your house, and that other lady would not let him in. So the police were called. It's your house.
Oh, no, well, nothing about that,
Ma'am,
no.
we have proof that the police were called.
No, but did they say Beverly Collier called the police?
It's your house. You have to be responsible for it.
But if I'm not there at the time, maybe it was the day that they were there for a day, or she was there for a day, and then someone tried to get in the house, she called the police.
Mr. President, in researching the police call, it came up that the water was in the tenant's name since 2012, October 25th, 2012. So whenever Gutierrez was there, the water has been in her name since 2012.
Until what date?
So October 13th, when you had it changed into your name,
13, 2012, October to,
October 2013.
The board needs to make a decision, and the decision needs to be, was 6619 at any point a rental unit where it was not owner occupied? And if so, if it was a rental unit, then rental fees should be assessed. Is there a motion by the board?
We're talking.
Okay.
can I ask a question?
I think so. I think yes, sir.
Can I ask a question? When and if I were to decide to rent my home in the future, when am I notified, I don't know now, that there was supposed to be a registration if I were going to rent my home? When should I have been informed of that, such thing even exists?
Several things. If you're going to rent your home, you're no longer allowed to homestead. So you know the county that you were no longer living in that residence, that your homestead would apply to wherever else you're going to be living. Also, when you go to the water department and put the water into their name, there's forms there that will tell you that they're not going to turn on to an unregistered rental property. You have to register that. Anytime you enter a rental registration or enter into a lease agreement, you have 30 days to come down to the inspections department and register it as a rental property, where we wouldn't hold the late fee accountable. So if you're going to rent your property, once you sign the lease, you have 30 days to register.
And who am I to?
Just as you
ask
would in the
the-
business, if you're going to open a restaurant or a auto shop or something, you need to check with your local municipalities. Vary from region to region, from city to city, town to town. You need to say, I'm no longer living in this residence, because the county's going to want that homestead taken away. If we want it registered, so we know who's in there, so in case we have a police or fire call, we know who we're going to be dealing with there.
So at the point that they were on Section 8 and we were thinking in terms, so she thought that she could, so would I have been informed through, Section 8?
Section 8 would tell you that you would have to register with the.
Ms. Collier, if you decide you want to open a business tomorrow, the government has no way to know that you've made a decision to open a business. It's up to the prospective business owner to notify people that I'm going to start a business. So you would go to the Secretary of State's office and you would
Exactly.
fill out the form. So you were making the decision to open a business as a landlord, and you failed to,
Go through the proper steps is what it boils down to.
But then if I didn't know
How'd you
that those
convince
steps,
the other woman to pay for your water for like a year?
a year? No.
Isn't that what the
No.
period was?
No.
It was in her name for how long?
It was in her name from October 25th, 2012 to October 2013, when it was put in Ms. Collier's name.
That's a year.
all right. If there's nothing else by the city, is there anything else you'd like to relay to the board relating to your appeal?
Not really, no. I still don't have answers. And I guess I just didn't understand that if you rent property, if I were to go through Section 8, which that's how the people were coming knocking on the door because they went to Section 8 and found out that my property was going to initially be for rent, and that's it. Now, before Section 8 allowed me to sign my name or whatever, shouldn't I have been informed as the procedures? Or is it what to,
Section 8 would require an inspection. The housing authority would have to go and inspect, make sure it's going to be safe for whoever's going to be staying there. Part of that, I'm sure would have revealed to her that she would have to register it as a rental property.
well, they did not.
I'm assuming, not knowing full steps of Hammond Housing Authority in Section 8, but when she wants to apply for Section 8, it's not just a matter of getting on the list, you have to be inspected. Part of the inspection is going to be that if it's a registered rental property.
I'd like to make a motion that we sign the $80 per unit for 2 years and plus the $500 fine.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Board's made a determination that you have in fact used your home as a rental unit. As such, they've made the determination that rental registration fees for 2012 and 2013 should be paid at the regular rate of $80 plus one late fee of $500. If you fail to register your unit for the 2 years within 30 days, our order will be vacated and $500 per year per unit will be assessed.
And so I'm supposed to pay, and what's the total of that?
$660.
And where do I pay and how long?
You will receive the board's order. You can either wait until after the meeting and we can hand you a copy of the order from the board, or we'll mail a copy of the order to the address we have on record for you. You can take that order, bring it to the building department in the basement of City Hall, and take care of it there.
Do I get a chance to appeal in any way with an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So are you going to just mail and let me know how that procedure works?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay, I get an attorney, then I come here, make a date to go to court or wherever.
Yeah, if you retain your own legal counsel, they can apprise you of what steps you may or may not be able to take.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Thank you. Item J. We have correspondence from the owner of 141 142nd requesting an appeal date, actually for several properties.
Mr. President, at 7603 Torrance doesn't jive. There's no 76 on the block of Torrance. 16, 46, no, it's gonna be 46.
4006 Torrance
4603.
and
4006,
4006, and let me see what the other one is. 7603 Harrison.
Oh,
7603 Harrison. Do you have a date, Mr. Smith?
How far would you like to go? 30?
30 would be great.
March 20th.
March 20th. Item K. We have a contract, professional claims management for administration of our workers' compensation insurance. Has this been reviewed by,
yes, Mr. President.
is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item L, we have a contract with Midwestern Electric for 3rd District lighting improvements. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Actually, Stan, what's the,
30-some thousand. $39,245.65.
$39,240.63?
243.63.
243.65.
Oh,
That's okay. All in favor?
aye.
Aye, motion carries. Is there any matter from board members?
Yes, I have two. I have correspondence from Councilman Higgs. He would like to have lights put up on the 800 to 1100 block of field. So I'd like to make a motion that we send this over to engineering.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
I have another one. The police department sent some disposal authorizations over. I'd like to approve these.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Smith? Is there any matter from department heads? Any new or old business? Public expression. The meeting is now open to the public. Anybody from the public that wishes to address the board, now is your opportunity to do so. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.